The Three Billy Goats Gruff, retold by Jane Bingham, illustrated by Daniel Postgate. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. The three Billy Goats Gruff were leaving their farm to look for food. "You can't," cried their friends. "What about the terrible troll?" "That's just an old hen's tale," said the goats. But as they crossed a river, they came face to face with the terrible troll himself. The Three Billy Goats Gruff, retold by Jane Bingham, illustrated by Daniel Postgate. Contents: Chapter 1, On the Farm. Chapter 2, Time to Go. Chapter 3, Setting Off. Chapter 4, Into the Forest. Chapter 5, Tricking the Troll. Chapter 6, Bertie on the Bridge. Chapter 7, Brave Biffa. Chapter 1, On the Farm.
We're the Gruff brothers.
Once upon a time, 3 billy goats lived on a farm in the shadow of a mountain. They were brothers, and their last name was Gruff. Beanie was the youngest. He was small and skinny and always hungry. Watch out! And always in trouble. Bertie was the middle brother. He was crazy about sports. Oops! Biffa was the oldest. He was big and strong and looked after his brothers. "Stop fighting, you two." Yeah, whatever. Isn't he great? Chapter 2, Time to Go. One winter, there was very little food on the farm. "I'm so hungry," moaned Beanie. "I've only eaten a piece of hay today." "Fibber," said Bertie. "I saw you at a clothesline earlier. You ate 2 socks and a shirt. Clothes don't count." Biffa was worried. "I think it's time we made a move," he said. "We'll starve if we stay here." "Where will we go?" asked Beanie. "To the juicy fields beyond the hills," Biffa replied. "No one lives there, so we'll have plenty of food. We'll just have to cross the rushing river." Bertie looked terrified. "We can't go over the river," he cried. "That's where the terrible troll lives. He's got eyes like saucers and a nose as long as a poker. He's huge and green," said Beanie. "He'll gobble us up." "Don't be silly," Biffa said. "There's no such thing as trolls. That's farmyard talk. Just think of the juicy fields." Setting off. The Billy Goats Gruff spent a week preparing for their adventure. Biffa found an old map to show them the way. A goat's guide to the mountainside. Mountains, juicy field, hills, bridge, dark forest, farm. Key: legend says a troll lives here. Then Beanie and Bertie had to learn to climb up hills. Oof! Beanie was better at coming down. After a few days, they were both excellent climbers. "Look at me! Show off!" Finally, the brothers had to pack for their journey. Things we need: map, compass, hay, water, ball. At last, the Billy Goats Gruff were ready to set off. All the other farm animals came to say goodbye. Good luck." "Bye, Beanie, don't forget us." The younger animals wanted to go too, but the older ones shook their heads. "Let's hope they make it past the bridge," they muttered. Into the forest. Bertie and Beanie were still dreaming of the juicy fields as they left the farm. Ahead of them loomed the dark forest. "I'm not sure I want to go in there," said Beanie. "We'll be fine," said Biffa, "as long as we stick together." "What's that thudding noise?" "It's Bertie's ball." The billy goats trotted along the path. The only sound was the tap, tap, tapping of their hooves on the forest floor. Suddenly, a thick mist swirled around them. "I can hardly see my feet." Beanie shivered. "I don't like this forest. It's spooky," he said. "Do you think there might be ghosts here?" "Yes," said Bertie with a grin. "Lots of ghosts. And more than anything, ghosts like scaring little billy goats. Woo! Ah!" "Shut up, Bertie," said Biffa sternly. "Stop scaring Beanie." The billy goats walked on in silence. "Biffa," said Beanie after a while. "Yes, Beanie?" "I think someone's following us. Listen." The billy goats stopped and listened. They strained their ears and heard a thumping sound. It grew louder with every second. "Oh no!" shrieked Beanie. "Look behind us!" A strange shape was coming down the path, and it was heading straight for them. "It's a ghost!" "Run!" cried Bertie. "Run for your lives!" Before Biffa could stop them, Beanie and Bertie had raced off down the path. "We've got to stick together!" "Come back!" Biffa shouted. "It's not a ghost, it's a—" Biffa waited as the shape slowly appeared out of the mist. "It's only a rabbit," he said.
"Don't be so rude. I'm not only a rabbit," said the rabbit. "I'm a rare breed of tall, lop-eared rabbit, and my name is Buffy."
"I'm Biffa. Nice to meet you," said Biffa quickly, "but I must find my brothers before they get lost. Sorry, no time to chat."
"Where are you going?"
Buffy asked. "To the juicy fields by the mountains," Biffa called, running after his brothers.
"Watch out for the troll!"
Buffy shouted after him. Biffa didn't even hear. He had already headed deeper into the forest.
"Oh dear, no one ever made it past the troll."
Tricking the troll. Meanwhile, Bertie was wandering alone through the forest. He had lost Beanie in the mist, and he didn't know which way to go. Beanie had been luckier. He had found the path that ran straight through the forest. "Oh, that was close. I can't wait to get to the juicy fields," Beanie thought, as he headed for the river. The only way to cross the rushing river was over a little wooden bridge. Next to the bridge was a big wooden sign. "Warning, goats, beware." "I wish I could read," thought Beanie. His hooves went clippity-clop over the bridge, but as he reached the middle of the river, "Help!" a large green hand smashed through the wooden planks and grabbed Beanie's leg. Beanie screamed.
"Who's that going over my bridge?" roared a terrible voice. "I'm coming to gobble you up." "Let go!" Beanie's eyes bulged with terror. There, crouched under the bridge, was a fat and warty troll. "Please don't eat me," cried Beanie. "I'm only a little goat. My big brother is coming behind me. He'll be much tastier than me. I'm sure you'd rather eat him."
"Oh, I think I can wait a little longer for my dinner," said the troll. "Now get off my bridge."
Shaking with fear, Beanie wobbled off the bridge and went to hide in some bushes. "I hope Bertie can save himself," he thought. Bertie on the bridge. Bertie arrived soon after and trotted onto the bridge. Clippity-clop-bonk, clippity-clop-bonk. He was bouncing his ball.
"Who's that bouncing over my bridge?"
bellowed the troll. "Oh, no!" Bertie peered over the bridge and gulped. "I didn't think trolls were real," he said.
"I'm real and I'm hungry," said the troll, "and I'm coming to gobble you up."
"I don't want to be dinner."
"You'll make a very tasty meal," the troll went on. "Nice fresh billy goat, yum, yum."
"Stop!" cried Bertie, thinking quickly. "You can't eat me. I'm only a medium-sized billy goat. My big brother is coming behind me. He's much fatter. What big teeth he has."
Said the troll, rubbing his stomach. "I'll wait for the fattest one then. He'd better be juicy. Crunchy horns."
Brave Biffa. At last, Biffa came out of the forest. When he spotted the brothers on the other side of the river, he raced to the bank. Beanie and Bertie leapt from out of the bushes, waving their hooves wildly. "Don't go over the bridge, Biffa! Troll!" "Stop, Biffa!" they cried. "Stop! There's a troll under the bridge!" It was too late. Biffa was already crossing. His heavy hooves went clunkety-clop, and the bridge strained under his weight. By this time the troll was starving.
"Who's that stomping over my bridge?"
he roared.
"I'm going to gobble you up."
But Biffa stood his ground. "I'm an enormous billy goat," Biffa said, "and I'm ready for a fight." Biffa lowered his head and caught the troll on his horns. He bounced the troll into the air. Then, with a toss of his head, Biffa whacked him into the rushing river. The troll landed with an enormous splash. He sank under the water and was never seen again. Beanie and Bertie couldn't believe it. "You're the best, Biffa!" they cried. Just then a stream of animals came out of the forest. Deer, squirrels, rabbits and foxes. In a large crowd they skipped across the bridge. "Where are you going?" Biffa asked a rabbit. "We're off to the juicy fields," she replied. "We've been trapped in the forest for years because of the troll. Now at last we're free. Thank you, our hero. I hope there'll be enough food."